Life is good 13. 13 love to y'all. You are creation 13. I'm Ambassador Adam Starseed, and today I want to talk to you about Starseed Ascension. Um, Ascension is still being talked about, and the term Starseed is still starting to become more and more aware. People are becoming more and more aware of, looking into a different subject, a different matter. Um, you know, than the normal, based on, religion and New Age. Starseed is starting to rank up there. Um, and for me personally, Starseed is a good um, word and symbolism for spirit and for, remembering that we all came from the stars and star seeds. We all came from the stars. So, with that being said, um, there's still a lot of interesting things that are trying to manifest themselves, maybe, or trying to create a story of some kind. Because lately I've been really just observing and viewing the many layers that humanity has created for itself. Through religion, um, historical beliefs, New Age, and Starseed. They're divided themselves, and with that very reason, um, I had this feeling that the story isn't being told entirely. Like, life is a story, right? If you watch my previous video or videos, life is a story. Life is a creation. There is an alpha and there is an omega, a beginning and an end. To every story, every story has a beginning and ending, no matter what story it may be. There's still a beginning and ending. So that's where I'm noticing that there needs to be a structural breakthrough to where we're going, because there is pinpoints or beacons, chapters, for certain beings on this planet. It's kind of like say for me, for example, say I'm a candle. I'm uh, uh, a pole that shifts the energy down. Okay, so we need people that will shift the energy down from the higher realms, heaven, um, the higher aspect of self. We need to be those beacons to shoot down that light, the energy, for creation. Okay, so if I'm one of those poles, one of them beacons of light, my light needs to spread out. So if I spread out, what does that mean? That means that people who are um, not term lower, but um, sparks of light, I guess we could say. So if I'm a beacon of light, a pole of light, my light's going to shine and pulse through beacons of light. Okay, so each individual who may not be a pole is going to be a beacon of light. So when you communicate with somebody in your physical reality, or through this illusionary projection that we call YouTube or videos, it shoots through and it creates a beacon of light. And remember, like I said, light is illusion, because illusion is creation. But anyways, I was trying not to be too technical. So if you're a pole and you're shooting beacons of light, you're shooting not only thoughts, words, uh, movement, interaction. Uh, you're bringing your story together. You're creating your story for your environment. Um, and And, like I said, your physical reality is your created reality. However, as a whole, um, and I'm even trying to get myself back into that state, as a whole, the whole universe is our story altogether. We really have to be more aware and acknowledged um, outside of just our physical reality, because there is a creator, a main creator, a main God that runs this whole paradigm, this whole universe. The universe, the multi-layered universe, even our physical reality is ran by a higher being, a higher mind, a higher hive, uh, um, mainframe, um, the great mother of creation. The list goes on and on. You could call it the word. That's something I want to make a video about next. The word. Um, and I'll just break it down simply. It says right in the creation, God created the word, and the word is God. Now, people really term that as the Bible, but it is a symbolism that words are created by God, or creation is created by God, the hive mind, the mainframe, and we are the foundational structure of allowing this creation to continue on, whether it's destructive or creation. Yeah, so anyways, I'll go into detail on that in the next video. But, it falls together into this. Okay, so Starseed Ascension. Ascension has been talked about for thousands and thousands of years, and, even, the Christ return, the returning of Christ, the returning of the Christ consciousness, um, the returning of a higher mind, a higher state, a collective being, the hive mind. It's been talked about for thousands of years. And the term ascension means breaking through the barriers of illusion, breaking through the barriers of light. Because you can get yourself trapped in this physical reality, in this story, and you have the opportunity to expand and grow outside this. We're not here to be stuck here and think this is real, everything is great. This is an experience. But you have to realize, the stories of the fallen angels, right? The fallen angels is symbolic of falling into the illusions, falling into the lower bandwidth of creation. Because we are all sparks of creation that is ran by God, the higher mind, the mind mainframe. Let's see if I can kind of give you more of a simple way. But there's many layers. If you understand the chakra system, right? Okay, so you have 7 layers in the chakra system. The main one that they talk about all the time. So you got 7 layers, right? You got your lower chakra, your sacral chakra, your stomach chakra, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, your mind's eye chakra, and the crown chakra, right? Okay, so breaking that down is the same as the symbolism of fallen angels. You're experiencing every single level of creation. And when you get to the lowest form of creation, that's where a lot of beings get trapped, because they get so trapped in the physical reality of thinking that it's real and this is it. And then they follow all the stories that has been created by the beings of the planet. humanity. But this has gone through in many different planets. But like I said, from what I can remember and recall from past lives, um, this one is the most challenging, um, challenging experience that I've seen, and I can definitely see how people can get trapped in it. Even myself has um, been trapped here and there. Um, you know, trying to make sense of what's going on. A lot of times I don't know where to go next. Because you can pray, you can meditate, you'll get information from higher realms or from different kind of beings, and it's very you really have to listen to your heart, but you really have to observe your heart as you're getting this information, because it can also be information that follows you deeper into the mainframe of the mind. Um, and that's where I talk about like the jinn, the I forget what they're called. Basically the jinn, beings that look like this, right? Um, that try to manipulate you and keep you in this illusionary world. And a lot of people seem to fall for this. And ascension is one of the biggest illusions for this, because we feel, when you become spiritually active and spiritually involved, not with just religion, but actually become active in spirit, a whole new realm opens up. A whole new light of illusions opens up. So it creates and generates its own story. And since humanity has written down stories of ascension, we can get caught up in that illusion. And it makes it harder to move move upwards through your chakras into your crown chakra. A lot of times we get stuck into the mind's mainframe, the main mind frame, the third eye, the first eye. We get stuck in here sometimes, and we don't know how to leave that. Because, like I said, there are so many different layers in this reality. This is just one layer, but if you can visualize a layer surrounding me as different, if you visualize me being in a chamber, right, or a ship of some kind, seeing the there we go, good visualization here, seeing the chamber and seeing the universe, looking out here, right, seeing different ships and stuff like that through here, and then expand out there. See how that changed? So, if you can visualize me being in a ship and then seeing beings surrounding me, or you can even look at this mirror and see if you can actually see beings and see me disappear. Um, that's a multi-layered vision, and it's important to grasp that concept, because then you really become aware of the illusions and the many layers of this reality. Because you're wanting to break through this illusion. Okay, if you ever watch uh, Ryan's, let's see, Ascension League, what's his title? Oh, I'm trying to think of all of his titles. Deru 7. Um, hold on here. But if you watch, I ain't gonna be able to find it. Anyways, I'll get on. So, learning how to turn on your third eye, visualizing breaking through that boundary. When you go into meditation state, it'll become dark, but then you'll start seeing colors circling around, and you'll be able to see a little pinhole of darkness. But that pinhole, at least from my perspective, that I always um, see and visualize, is it starts spiraling, and it starts very small. It starts spiraling, and you'll start to see um, different beings. But really, what I always see is just little lightning cracks over and over and over again. Lightning cracks, and it starts spiraling around, and eventually it shatters. And what happens when it shatters is you become more aware of just how real um, dreams are. Dreams are an alternate aspect of you. It's just like this. It's just like the Matrix. You are living a dream, a multi-layered reality. You're living through the mind, and that's why things manifest through the mind. So if you put if you put it together, it's just like a dream. Um, you're living through the mind, and you're creating from the mind, so that should automatically click with you that it's an illusion. And you have to expand forward, but you don't even expand forward. You just have to expand and break it open. So what is ascension? I know it's already 60 minutes into this, but ascension is breaking through the barriers of this illusion, and allowing your spirit to be free of the attachments this illusion has created. And this is why we are beacons of light. Certain beings are here as beacons of light to help you remember how to break out of the illusion. Um, and as soon as humanity becomes more and more realizing that this is all an illusion, it will break and create a different form of creation, um, a different platform of reality. That's something that you have to discover for yourself through spirit. Um, like I said, spirit is everything. And you have to develop that spirit, and you have to develop that awareness that there is a God, a higher chain that controls this whole reality. We're just helping create this reality, but we're also helping restore and continue to create and expand. We have to expand. That's part of our job as a starseed or as a beacon of light. We're here to expand creation because just like a TV show. If it's only 26 episodes and it's over, you're like, oh man, I want to watch it again, so you watch it again. However, if it's a TV show that's like 300 episodes, sometimes you get bored with it. There'll be filler episodes. You'll get bored. You'll get into it again. You'll get bored, and by the time it's over, you don't want to watch it again because it's so long, right? And that's how creation is. God, the mind mainframe wants creation to expand and change. You have to expand and change things. You can't keep things the same because it gets dull and stale. If I was God, I would want to do the same thing, expand and grow. That's what I do when I am out there playing in the physical reality. I am helping expand. I've just now been talking more and more about the Starseed thing. People will say, "Oh, hey, you look like the Duck Dynasty guys," or "Hey, you look like Jesus." One of the main ones I get is Jesus, and so now I'm telling people, just call me Starseed, right? So now I'm able to actually bring out that concept of Starseed into people's reality. So every time somebody says that I look like Jesus, I'm gonna say, just call me Starseed, and it's either gonna click with them or it won't. But I'm spreading that beacon out there, so that Starseed concept gets out there, and it's gonna start sparking people's spirits. It's pretty exciting, and that's what our job is. Um, Now, ascension in terms of energy. Um, what is the energy that we are feeling and expressing? And I think that's something I'll make another video. I'm trying to make these videos a little shorter. So yeah, basically you got to become aware that this is an illusion within an illusion within an illusion, and we're breaking through the illusion so we're not trapped inside the illusion. And ascension is part of a bigger illusion to trap your spirit. That's something that I really discovered, that people seem to be falling into that ascension thing, and we have to think of a different name for it because, like I said, ascension is trapping people, um, and that's where it's our job to look at how we can create a different way to expand it so we're not being trapped in the different layers. So I'll go ahead and talk more about spirit in the next video, um, and see what gets created. Because a lot of times I make these videos, things just kind of create and expand through these videos. So yeah, yeah, just remember to look through the many layers. Just like I said here, just vision yourself being in a ship, vision yourself when you look through a window, that you're looking through the universe or you're looking through outer space. Just kind of give yourself a different perspective when you do everything. Um, and it will begin to expand your awareness, and you'll begin to actually start seeing rather unique things. This is where you'll start to see shadows. You'll start to see light sparks throughout everything. You'll see light sparks go through walls. You'll see figures go through walls. You'll see animals. You'll see all sorts of things, and that's expanding your multidimensional reality. It's a good exercise, and it's part of what this reality is multi-layered. So the more you get used to seeing the multi-layered aspect, you can begin to understand more and more what spirit is. So yeah. So anyways, I'll get to the next video. So I love y'all very much. Yeah, keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding. Um, and just continue to look at new things. Don't never just stick with something or stick with what somebody else talks about. So yeah, so keep shining bright. I love y'all. Just keep going forward. Spirit is always key, and there is a God. There is a God. So yeah, so love y'all.